Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ariel Sampson and I am here to talk to you about hair stuff. I love hair. I've always loved hair my whole entire life. And you know, my mom thought I was going to be a hairstylist, but I never really wanted to do that. I just really enjoyed doing my little sister's hair, even though she hated it. And I love doing my own hair, which is one of the reasons why I kind of have like this really difficult time just leaving my hair alone. It's very common for me to just like go back and forth on like what kind of hairstyle I want. I may change my hair maybe 3 times a day. Like, I mean, it won't be like a straightening or braiding or anything like that, but I might actually you know, like one day my hair will be up and then it'll be down, and then, you know, by the end of the day it's in like pigtails or something like that. Anyone who knows me knows that I can't not do my hair. But this year I'm trying to focus on loving myself naturally and who I am normally and naturally. And so I'm trying not to do my hair, well, specifically straighten it. I don't mind doing my hair, but I'm trying not to straighten it. I'm trying to make sure it's healthy, and it doesn't matter if it's long as it's healthy and nourished and happy. So this is essentially an herbalist guide to healthy natural hair. So I'm going to tell you about some of the things that are just really good for your hair specifically. But first, I think we should probably talk about different hair types. A lot of the time, I think a lot of people think that hair is hair and it does not matter what you do to it. A lot of times people will ask me what I do to my hair, and doing your hair is a very personal thing. Like, it's the thing that grows out of your head, made with your DNA, and it could be a mix of multiple different hair types. My hair is a 3C4A hair type. It goes back and forth, and it's not like in specific spots either. It's just like mixed together. For me, it's all about making sure that I keep the moisture in my hair and making sure that my hair is fortified. Now, for some people, they may already have very thick follicles. They may not need all that fortification. They may not need to have their hair fortified. They may just need to make sure their hair stays nourished and healthy. They may need to just drink water and not have to worry about it. Some people have really thin hair. Like, thin hair may need that extra fortification, like henna, one of those things, or adding eggs, which is weird for a lot of people, I know, but adding eggs or shea butter, things with high fatty acids and high proteins, can help rebuild the follicles of the hair, not the follicles, the actual hair strands, help fortify it, help make it stronger, make it a little bit thicker. Black Jamaican castor oil has also been known to help your hair grow in thicker. For me, and I'm just going to tell you about what my hair stuff looks like. I put some conditioner on in the shower. I rinse it out. I'll have to brush my hair because it'll just yell at me if I don't. And then after that, I come out of the shower. I put in grapeseed oil mixed with herbs. And then I'm going to put in some leave-in conditioner along with some argan oil, and then I put shea butter on top of all of my hair to help fortify it. The shea butter, after a while, you have to cleanse your hair if you're going to be putting shea butter in your hair all the time, because it does weigh your hair down. But gosh darn it, it doesn't make my hair feel so soft, and it defines my curls, and it makes it so great. So I love putting shea butter in my hair, just raw shea butter, just like pull it into all of my hair strands. So like some of the great oils for hair, for, you know, just for your hair, are Black Jamaican castor oil. So if you have straight to like wavy hair, I would put Black Jamaican castor oil on before you wash your hair, because putting Black Jamaican castor oil on is a very thick oil, and it will make your hair oily, and you probably already have oily type hair because you know, I've read a few things that say that straight hair and wavy hair, they have oil, like because their hair is straight, it's just easier for the oil to come down the follicle. I actually don't believe that. Actually, what I believe is that your body naturally produces natural oils, more sebum than someone with curly hair. And someone with curly hair won't have as oily a hair as someone with straight hair. And I think it's just a natural thing, a natural phenomenon where your body is doing that. That's why they tend to have oilier hair. That's why they have to wash their hair more often, because they're actually producing more oil. Whereas someone with curly hair like me, or someone with 4C hair, which is a really kinky curly hair, really, really tight curls, that person may not produce much oil at all. In fact, they may feel like their hair is always dry. So that's something you should think about when you're trying to decide which types of things you're going to put in your hair, and when you're going to put it in your hair, and when you're not going to put it in your hair. So black Jamaican castor oil, mango butter, olive oil, grapeseed oil, coconut oil, all great for people who have curly hair. For people who don't have curly hair, have straight curly hair, you don't want to, I mean, you can put it in after you take a shower, but I would probably tell you to put apricot kernel oil in, or jojoba oil in your hair, because they are lighter oils. And you don't have to put so much in either, so you don't have super oily hair all the time, you know. Whereas with curly hair, very curly hair, between, I want to say 3 and 4 hair in general. Like, so people with ringlets and people with like tiny, tiny, kinky curly hair, you can go with a bunch of oils in your hair, because your hair needs to retain all the water, and the oils need to make sure you can retain water into your hair strands. So those are really good oils made from plants that you can just put in your hair. Some of the plants that are most well known for helping grow hair, and that's the real meat of this video, right? Some of the plants that are well known for growing hair are rosemary, peppermint, chamomile, nettles, and we'll talk about these things, and aloe. But one of the things that I've noticed when it comes to increasing the rate of hair growth is it's all about stimulating the follicles. It's all about stimulating the follicles. So when you put an oil with the herb in it, one thing I want to talk about first is that when you're making an oil, you need to let it sit with the herb for 1 month if you want the full benefits of that herb. I've seen people talking about 2 weeks. I've seen people talking about like overnight. If you let something sit overnight, nothing's going to happen in there. Like, you may get the scent, but like, you have to think about it. With alcohol, it's not as viscous. So yes, you can do a tincture in 2 weeks. But how viscous the oils are, it may take a lot longer for the natural, that's not the word I'm looking for. I'm not looking for dilution, but the natural diffusion of the herbal constituents to actually form into the rest of the oil. So if you think that it's going to be done in a week, that doesn't even make sense, or 2 weeks, because it's way more viscous than alcohol, which does take 2 weeks. So anyway, 1 month, let it sit for 1 month. My oils typically take a very long time because I want to make sure that I just want to make sure that it does what I want it to do, you know. So anyway, so you're going to put it in for a month. You're going to put it in at your scalp, because most of the time when you want to stimulate hair growth, you want to make sure that it's going in your scalp, because that is where your follicles are. That's in here. That part that actually grows the hair, you want to make sure that is being stimulated, because putting it here, this is dead cells. This isn't doing anything. But if you want to put the butters and the oils on there to help add fatty acids to your hair, yes, you're going to want to put it in here, because you're trying to fill in the holes created by everyday wear and tear, constantly touching your hair and things like that. You want to make sure that you're putting everything in your hair if you want to actually like fortify the actual strands for hair growth, because your hair is going to break off. A lot of black women, I've heard, they stop liking their hair because they're like, oh my gosh, so much of my hair is coming out in the shower. I have a lot of hair coming out in the shower. Well, you know what? I have a lot of hair coming out in the shower, and I still have a lot of hair on my head. I think that with hair growth comes the shedding of hairs that are no longer serving you. And so sometimes it's okay to let your hair come out a little bit. Now, if you start getting bald spots, that's when you start to worry. But if you are, you know, doing your hair and a lot of hair is coming out, but then you still have really thick, healthy hair on top of your head, it's okay. Sometimes those things need to come out. And when you have curly hair, I think a lot of the breakage gets stuck in your hair. So you end up having all the breakage in there. And when you take a shower, it all comes out. And then you got all this hair coming out. So anyway, so rosemary is one of the most well-known herbs for hair growth. It does stimulate hair growth. But I think it's part of the mint family. Well, at least similar to one of the herbs in the mint family. And a lot of the herbs in the mint family have that kind of like aromatic, minty kind of oil, like the rosemarino, I think that's what it's called, helps stimulate the growth of the follicles. Sorry about that. I need to take a break. Okay, so anyway, rosemary has always been one of the things that most herbalists turn to help their hair grow. They often put it in olive oil. Everyone always talks about how Italian women used to use rosemary to go into their hair. And so, of course, it's one of those ones that everyone knows about. Another one that people don't know about is bee balm. Bee balm is actually really good for your hair, and actually people in the South have been using that for a long time to help with hair growth. I think a lot of the time, Black women actually do know a lot about hair. We probably feed the hair industry. And so it's very important, especially our grandmothers had really nice hair. Like when I look back at a lot of the hairstyles that a lot of people had, back in the 60s and 70s, before we started getting perms, our hair was just so beautiful. Like, it was so healthy and nourished. We made sure it was oiled, and we used herbs and things like that to help make sure that everything was working. Sometimes when you drink herbs, it helps stimulate the production of hair follicles, especially anything that you're using that's going to improve your collagen levels. So things that you may be using to help increase your skin and your nails will also help with your hair, because they are things that are building those pieces of you. You know what I mean? Adding more things to build those pieces of you, and not like crazy. Don't go crazy on it. Those things help to help your body to just naturally produce the things it's already going to produce, like healthy nails, like healthy skin, like longer hair. So those are one of the things. I want to put an honorable mention to Chebe oil. No, it's not even an oil. It's like a mix of herbs and fat and all kinds of things for the Rapunzels of Africa. I cannot remember the place. I actually do know the place typically, and I know the tribe that uses it, but for some reason I am blanking. So anyway, I just want to honorably mention that I do not know what's in there, but what I do know is that not only does it keep the hair protected, but it also keeps it nourished and healthy, and it, you know, it coats the scalp. And sometimes when I put shea butter on my hair, I feel like I am moving in the same direction, because I do feel like my hair is protected from all the sun's rays and all the crazy stuff that may be coming in and going into my hair on a daily basis. So I honestly like to put like a coating of things on my hair, but I do not believe that anyone with wavy or straight hair should be adding thick oils to their hair, because it'll just weigh it down and cause more breakage. But for us curly haired people, oil away. Oil away. So horsehound, I said horsehound. Bee balm is also one of those really great things for your hair, something you never really think about. Next, I want to talk about prickly pear. It's also another herb, or well, it's a fruit that Black women have been using for years to help grow their hair, and also Native American women, adding it to their hair to help stimulate and also nourish the hair. Using fruit in your hair, as weird as that sounds, is a great way to add different minerals and also increase the hydration of your hair, because when you really think about it, fruit is all hydration most of the time. There's just so much water in fruit, and putting that fruit on your hair like as a mask is a great way to infuse moisture and minerals and things like that into your hair. So prickly pear is really great. And the last one I want to talk about, because this video is going to be so long if I keep talking about all these different things in hair, the last one I want to talk about is pine, peppermint, cedar. I'm only putting them all together because they're all kind of very similar things. They are high in nutrients. Nettles too. All those things are very high in nutrients, and drinking teas like that can help build the nutrients in your body so that your body can produce all the things you need, like healthy hair, like healthy nails, like healthy skin. But also putting it in your hair, because of that mintiness, that tingle, that what do you call it? That stimulating aspect of all the pine and even citrus, mint, cedar, all of those things. Like the the like stimulating astringent qualities of those things help to increase blood flow to that area, therefore, you know, adding more of those nutrients that you are putting into your body to the top of your head and stimulating the growth of your hair. So that's one of those reasons why those are often used in hair products and, you know, like anything, like really, they stimulate movement, they stimulate growth, and they also are very high in nutrients, so they're very good for putting on your scalp, and feels all minty and tingly, and then your hair is like, oh, I'm gonna grow. You know, so that is my very small, compact, it's not really that compact, I think I've probably talked a lot, but that is my herbalist guide to hair video. I hope that you liked this video, and I hope that you guys like my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Maybe click the notification button so that you know when I made a video. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. So please like and subscribe to my channel so that I can see you guys more, and comment on my videos so that I can see what you guys think. I am really all about building a community now, because I really don't know anyone here, and I think it would be very helpful to build an herbal community on my page where I can talk to everyone about all the things I know, because I am really focused on helping as many people as I can. Alright guys, thank you so much. Bye.